Hello, everybody. This is 3SP, and I'm coming to you with another update. U.S. Embassy employees in Cuba possibly subject to acoustic attack. And this one comes to us from CNN. U.S. believes Americans subject to acoustic attack. The U.S. State Department employees at the U.S. Embassy in Havana were subject to an acoustic attack using sonic devices that left at least two with such serious health problems they needed to be brought back to the U.S. for treatment. Several senior State Department officials told CNN. One official said the employees could have suffered permanent hearing loss as a result. The employees affected were not at the same place at the same time, but suffered a variety of physical symptoms since late 2016, which resemble concussion. And another one I have. Federal government agencies are preparing for the possibility of widespread power outages across the U.S. as a result of Black Sky event that could bring society to its knees. An exercise sponsored by FEMA and the U.S. Department of Energy set to take place on August 23rd, called Earth EX 2017, will wargame responses to catastrophes such as mega earthquakes, cyber terrorism, or high altitude electromagnetic pulse attacks. The exercise will simulate a subcontinent scale long duration power outage with cascading failures of all other infrastructures, according to the official Earth EX website. Black sky events are defined as catastrophic occurrences caused by man or nature that bring society to its knees. Cars could have no fuel, restaurants and grocery stores would be bare, electricity could be out for months in such an event. Given the soaring tension between the United States and North Korea, which has threatened to attack the U.S. territory of Guam, the timing of Earth EX 2017 exercise couldn't be more appropriate. According to former Florida Congresswoman Michelle Rewinkle, North Korea's saber-rattling is making top brass anxious about potential society-changing disasters. It's not if, but when a black sky event will occur. An alarming statement given that she discusses meeting with members of the U.S. military, National Guard, adjutant generals, officials from Homeland Security, Department of Energy, FEMA, NOAA, and experts from the utility, distribution, and supply sectors as a private summit held in Washington, D.C. Not going further into this, but we see that a lot of things are escalating. And I'm sort of suspicious on how this was pointing to, the appropriate timing of things. Because we know even within 2015, there was the Jade Helm exercises that they really wouldn't tell us what they're for. But it always seemed like it was gearing up for martial law. And with it coming out with the information about the acoustic attacks that happened in Cuba, again, it's very suspicious because we know Cuba is an ally to Russia, and it's basically a Russian military base where a lot of their soldiers have a presence. And so dealing with that, whether it be a false flag or a real attack. And then we keep going across these wargaming things on U.S. soil. Again, it's very alarming. And I think even going back to Jade Helm, that was a possible wargaming scenario for, again, a political uprising against an administration. And I think the government was basically looking forward to a time when the corporations don't have full control over the U.S. government. And what I mean by corporations is, again, like the narrative given by Google and Microsoft through their ads and basically through the mainstream media, because these have been echo chambers for certain narratives that now have been changing. So it's alarming. And then seeing how North Korea's been saber rattling, as has been the buzzword lately, that's been going on a lot lately. But knowing that Kim Jong-un, he was raised in Sweden. He went to school and was raised in a Western country. And in my opinion, I'm starting to think he's a pawn, that he's just placed there to be the opposition that's necessary to bring about a certain level of control in the world. So is a world war being planned right now? Is all this, again, dealing with the acoustic attacks in Cuba? And also seen evidence that that there's Chinese soldiers in a Chinese military base in Mexico. That these are two countries that strongly support North Korea. And again, Kim Jong-un, being the dictator that rules over North Korea, was raised in the West, in Sweden. He has a Western education. And even one of his childhood heroes that he brings out all the time is Dennis Rodman. This shows you that, at least in my opinion, that there's a lot more Western contact and a lot more Western control to Kim Jong-un than we're given on to, that he's not just a random dictator that's been isolated from the world. He is not a random dictator that's been isolated from the world. I believe he's being controlled by the same Western powers that are pushing for a world war right now. And again, this is what I've been saying on my videos lately, that it is time to pray. We really need to pray. Don't be deceived. As the Bible says, God is not mocked. He is more than able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think. But we must pray against this thing. God can do it. He said, if you have faith as the size of the grain of a mustard seed, you can believe that a mountain will be uprooted and cast into the sea. Now, this is a big mountain of a situation that we're dealing with, World War. And we've averted World War III again and again with prayer. But this time we have to be extra strong in it, because these times are getting extremely evil. There's a lot of spiritual wickedness in high places right now. And the mainstream media, a lot of popular media, a lot of even government entities are extremely against the praying people right now, and against the narrative of those who want to see a godly establishment coming forth in prayer. So right now, I'm asking that you all agree with me that we can pray this enemy down, pray the spiritual wickedness down that's trying to attack the stability of our world right now. It's time right now, and we have to be witnessing. We have to tell people that Christ is soon to return. He's soon to return, and it's our responsibility to get these souls in before it's too late. He's coming back. And I just want to leave that with you. This is 3SP signing out.